So, there it is again. I'm standing before it.
Mm.
And it's not a door I remember building, you know, and it's definitely not one I chose. It just appeared.
In the architecture of the night.
Exactly. And the wood is cold, but it's not an empty coldness. It's cold with, I don't know, attention.
Right. It's not the absence of heat. It's the presence of something else.
Yes. And there's no keyhole, no bolt, nothing. It's just closed, like an eyelid or a mouth that won't speak a name.
So this door, it wasn't grown in the world of right angles and, measurements.
Mhm.
If you look closely at the grain, you'll see it, right? It doesn't run straight up and down.
It spirals.
It spirals, like a fingerprint or like water going down a drain.
So it's natural.
It emerged from the same soil as your longing. This isn't an obstacle someone else put in your way.
So I don't knock, I don't call out or anything. I press my palm against it, against the grain.
Mm.
And the handle, it's this cold brass, and it's shaped like a question I never even learned how to ask.
Can you try to open it?
I do. I pull gently at first, and then with this kind of quiet desperation, like someone who's forgotten what it feels like to really fully want something.
But the door, it doesn't resist you.
No, that's the thing. It doesn't resist, but it doesn't open. It just
Right.
remains, like the horizon.
And this is the first truth of it. The door isn't keeping you out.
It's not.
It's keeping something in.
In.
It's holding on to things. The dust of unspoken wishes, maybe? The scent of rooms you weren't allowed into? The sound of lullabies you can barely remember hearing?
So the silence behind it isn't emptiness.
No, it's containment. Think of the silence inside a seashell.
Okay.
It's not empty, is it? It's holding the memory of the ocean's first breath. That's the silence behind this door.
And as I'm standing there, something starts to shift. The boundary between my skin and the wood, it starts to get blurry.
Ah.
The handle warms up. It feels like the same temperature as my own wrist.
And then the impressions come.
Yeah, these flashes. A blanket pulled over my head as a kid, creating this tiny world where only my breathing mattered. The sound of a door closing down the hall. Adult lives just continuing on with all their secrets. A hand on my forehead, checking for a fever.
And this is the second truth. You're not outside the door. You're part of its architecture.
What does that mean? I am the door. That sounds...
It means the barrier is you. The thing that's stopping you is a protective part of your own design.
Protection and separation.
Woven together,
Yeah.
like threads in a single cloth. Think back to when you were a child. You learned that some rooms they were not for you.
Right, the parents' bedroom or...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not because they were forbidden in a bad way, but because what was inside them would change you. And you weren't ready.
Can't metabolize it yet.
You can't. So you learned to stand before that door with a kind of reverence. Like how you hesitate before touching a sleeping animal. You don't want to wake it.
Then I feel a rhythm. Coming from the wood itself. A slow throb, almost, like a second heartbeat. But deeper and older than my own.
That's the rhythm of what waits.
What waits?
What waits, necessarily. Like a seed waiting for rain. It's not an impatient waiting. It's just being.
So what am I waiting for? For it to open.
And here's the third truth, and this one is the hardest to accept. The door is what you want, not the opening of it.
The door itself. But that's it. That makes no sense. I want what's on the other side. That's the prize.
We think we want the prize. But psychologically, the state of being almost there, that's where we feel most alive.
Like planning a vacation.
Exactly. The anticipation is often more powerful than the trip itself.
Because the trip has mosquitoes and flight delays.
And the fantasy is perfect. The moment you open the door, the dream collapses into messy reality. But here, at the threshold, desire can stay pure. This is what we could call the sacred geometry of almost.
The womb of symbol.
Yes. It's where meaning gestates, where it can grow before being limited by what's possible.
Okay.
All right.
But then there's this feeling that comes over me. It's like a kind of homesickness. But realizing that home was never actually behind the door.
Where was it?
It was in the standing there, in the waiting.
Now we're getting into the cellar of the psyche.
The cellar.
The waking world, requires us to have acceptable desires.
Right. Ambitions that photograph well, longings you can explain over coffee.
We all have them. But this door, it doesn't speak that language. It speaks the grammar of early morning.
Before words form.
Before logic. Before you learn the rules.
Yeah.
It's what Freudians might call the river of primary process.
Yeah.
Raw, irrational, pure need.
But you can't live like that. You can't just scream for milk in a board meeting.
Hopefully not. So we learn to adapt We learn to smuggle that primal cargo.
Smuggle it.
We dress it up in an acceptable uniform. Let's say deep down there's this infant-level need for boundless holding, just to be held and be the center of everything.
Okay, I can imagine that.
But you're an adult. You can't ask for that. So what do? You substitute. You translate that need into a career goal.
If I become CEO, then I'll be important. Then I'll be safe.
Exactly. You're just putting a suit and tie on a baby's cry for its mother. The demand for everything gets translated into a career plan or a shopping list.
That's terrifying.
It's terrifying in its purity. That raw want, it doesn't negotiate. It's like gravity. And that is why the door is closed.
To protect me from it.
It guards the unmetabolized truth of your own wanting. If you opened it and got the full force of that, it could annihilate the life you so carefully built. The door isn't refusing you, it's pacing you.
And it has guardians.
Yes, the guardians at the threshold.
Practicality, time, loyalty, I get those. But
Shame. I always thought of shame as the enemy, something to get rid of. How can shame be a guardian?
that's a crucial reframing. In this sense, shame isn't there to hurt you. It's a primal evolutionary mechanism to stop you from being exiled from the tribe.
So it's a safety rail.
It's a high-voltage fence. Shame, fear, loyalty. These parts of you, they love you. They're terrified that if you open that door and unleash that raw, crazy desire, you'll glow up your whole life.
You'll quit the job, leave the family.
Right. So shame stands there and says, no, absolutely not. Stay small, stay safe, keep it closed.
Self-sabotage isn't hate. It's a kind of fierce, protective love.
It would rather keep you small than risk your annihilation.
And when you realize this, when you understand the door is just a mirror reflecting your own protectors, the whole dynamic changes.
Just stop pulling.
You stop fighting.
I just breathe with it. I surrender.
Yeah.
Not giving up, but
Yeah.
giving over.
Yes.
And the door, it becomes transparent, not to my eyes, but to my understanding. I can still see the wood, the grain, but I see through it.
Yes.
And this is the strangest part. I see myself
Where?
on the other side, with my palm pressed against the wood, waiting.
The you here and the you there?
They're the same. The same longing,
Yeah.
just expressed in two directions. How is that possible? It's what we might call a creatable truth. Before a baby knows it's separate from its mother, there's no me and you. There's just oneness.
Oceanic unity.
Exactly. The fundamental trauma of becoming human is separation. Realizing I am here and the thing I want is over there. That gap is desire.
And the door is the gap.
The door is the gap. But in that moment of seeing yourself on the other side, the gap collapses. You realize the thing you were chasing was just another part of yourself. The boundary was just a fold in the fabric of your own mind.
So there is no other side.
There is no other side. You are the seeker and you're the thing being sought. The door just gave you a place to stand while you figure that out.
So I don't open it, I don't walk through, I just wake up.
But it feels resolved, doesn't it?
It does, completely. The closedness doesn't feel like a rejection anymore. It feels like a promise, like the space between the notes that makes the music.
And you wake with a warmth in your palm.
Yes, right where I was pressing against the wood.
That's the final lesson, the sacred no.
The sacred no. We usually think of a no, a failure, a rejection, as something that went wrong.
An error in the system.
But this feels like maybe it went right.
It's suggesting that some doors are never meant to open. They're meant to be witnessed, loved in their very closedness. That no protected you from premature knowing. It forced you to develop a relationship with your own depth.
The value isn't in what you get, it's in who you become while you're waiting.
Home is found in the standing, not in entering the room. You find it by realizing you can be at the threshold and be whole.
So I should stop banging on the doors in my life.
Stop banging, stop picking the lock, just lean against it.
And listen.
And listen, feel the warmth, and ask, what are you keeping safe for me?
What part of myself am I not quite ready to meet yet?
And trust that when you are ready, the door won't need to open at all.
Because I'll realize I was already there.
All along, it was you waiting for yourself in the quiet.